A lot of people comparing D'Angelo to you. What do you think when you hear that?
D'Angelo is his own man, and he's a guy again that we love. Man, the traits speak for himself. I mean, when it comes to height, weight, and all that. But then again, you look at the physical characteristics of the player, and that just overcomes a lot of the traits that he has as far as his height and all that. So, love the player, tough, aggressive, come from a winning program. That's been something that's been constant about what we've been doing. He's a damn good player.
Is he going to be a slot guy for you?
Well, he's going to play slot. He's going to play on the outside. So we'll be able to cross-train him in that aspect. He did it in college, so that's nothing new to him.
Would you say it's better to describe him as shorter but not small? Because he seems to be thickly built and he plays the run very well.
Well, he is a tough guy. The thing is, he just, like, you can't judge the heart. That's one thing that when you start to talk to guys, and you start to see guys play, you start to understand what the heart is about. So, listen, I know he's a shorter corner, but again, his play speaks for itself.
Mougey, from a scouting perspective, what do you have to see to make an exception to maybe a height rule at a cornerback or a trade?
Yeah, it's a good question. You got to see him do it, and that's the thing. He's done it. He's been very productive and been productive at a high level against good competition. And it's funny, we ask wide receivers that we interview, whether it's combine, all-star games, guys we bring in for visits, we often ask them, like, who's the best corner you're going to go against? Numerous guys. If they've faced Pons, all of them Pons. He's just been a productive football player despite the size limitations. He finds ways to get stops. He covers guys. He's one of the better tacklers in this draft, regardless of position. So excited to have him. Good football player, winning program.
You guys have talked about bringing in winners a lot the last couple of days. Have there been players that maybe had the skills that you were looking for, but not that element that you passed on or dropped them down your board?
No, I wouldn't say that we dropped anyone because they came from a losing program or anything like that. But we have discussions. I mean, we cover everything when we talk about these prospects. And when they're coming from winning programs, it means something.
How hard did you try to get back into the third round?
Yeah, there was a lot of action all day today, moving up, moving back. We called on a few there at the end, but it just didn't materialize. But we feel good about where the board's at going in tomorrow with the 3 picks in the 4th round and the 2 in the 7th. So we're excited.
Do you anticipate taking a quarterback at some point tomorrow?
The board's wide open. Just, again, sticking to the theme of taking good players that can help the team. I wouldn't commit to any one position.
Did you move out of 44 because somebody came off the board right before there?
No, we felt good with where the board was at 44 with a good group of players, 6 to 7 players that we really liked. So that 50 mark was good, and we had our eye on Pons and had a good feel that he could potentially still be there, and he was, and it worked out.
When you talk about winning programs, what do you notice that's different about them when you're around them, when you're watching the film, things like that? What do you see that's different?
Well, we know they come from a culture where they've felt winning before. They've seen it typically to a standard on how they operate.
Yeah, usually when you come from a winning program, like, you really know how it looks. And when you join another program, you bring that same mentality to that program to help that program elevate where it is. And anytime you can do that with a number of players, it just only elevates your team. And they're going to practice. They're going to go through meetings. They're going to go through walkthrough like winners do. And that permeates throughout your whole team. So, and Mougey said it before, man, listen, we didn't discredit guys from a losing program at all. We were just getting the best players that we can get. It just so happened these guys have come from a winning program, which is a plus for us.
Is there something, AG, that the Indiana thing's a little different? When you say
Yeah.
programs, it's not Ohio State, it's not Alabama.
Yeah.
This is a program that became a winner in the last 2 years, right?
Yeah.
And these guys were part of that. Do they have another intangible of kind of, turning something around?
Well, when you look at, I guess, Pons, for example, so he came from, I think, with JMU.
Yeah.
With the same winning program with the coach. And it's one of those things to where it was an amazing run, to watch those guys and see how they operated. But on another note, he is another guy that made like huge plays in critical situations at critical times to help that team win. And that's another trait that, that we looked at on all these guys. Who are the pressure players? Who are the players that can make consistent plays when the pressure's on? And he did that on a number of occasions. So, again, we can go through and talk about the height. We can go through and talk about the weight. But, man, when you just watch the player play, I mean, just look at all the plays that he made and look at all the tackles that he made. He always helped the team put himself in a position to win. And that's a trait that you want to bring on your team.
How do you see your cornerback position? You added a couple of guys like
Yeah.
Hans and Wright in the offseason. How do you see the whole thing shaking out?
Well, it's going to be a competition, and the guys know that. And anytime you can create competition within your team, it only makes your team better, especially in practice, because now that transitions to gameplay. When you can have that type of competition on a daily basis, man, you start to see the game actually tick up a little bit as far as how we play.
Did you guys kind of have a theme of production over potential? It seems like the four guys you picked in the first 2 rounds produced week in and week out. It wasn't like you're rolling the dice on a size speed guy who was maybe inconsistent.
Yeah, like I've mentioned before, we talk about both all the time, the production and potential. And it's nice when they have both and there's still growth potential for these players, which many of them have. But it's important that these guys are productive, and a lot of them have been productive.